card from American.
Proving he can on the 450. Chad Reed, on the other hand, he's looked uncomfortable all night. He even admitted he looked a little rusty in his interview in his heat race. Can he turn around this main event? That's the big question.
And they've had issues with that motorcycle as well with the Yamaha. They've really been working on it. I'm not so sure they have figured out how to make it just right.
Chad has shown he's a two-stroke specialist. He's got the job done in Supercross on a two-stroke. He's trying to get it done on a 450 here tonight.
Waiting for the gate to drop. It does, and we're underway from Toronto.
Comes flying in that first turn. Michael Byrne goes wide, and just like we saw in his heat race, James Stewart dives the inside, almost has a whole shot for just a moment. Michael Byrne, Chris Kubota, what does she know?
Michael Byrne out of Australia, the teammate to James Stewart with the early lead, but for how long? Here comes Stewart flying by to take it away.
Three of the top four guys, Stewart, Byrne, of course, Ricky Carmichael, Chad Reed, all right at the top right now.
Carmichael side by side with Reed, takes the position away, and Ricky moves himself firmly up into third.
Ricky knows that he needs to catch up and put a little bit of pressure on James Stewart as soon as he can. If he lets James get out front and kind of settle in like we were talking about in his heat race, you can't let James settle in. You got to put a little bit of pressure on him, make him ride a little bit over his head. Maybe he'll make a mistake. If Ricky doesn't catch up, there he goes. That dives inside of Byrne. He knows, I got to make something happen. I got to make something happen quick.
That puts the Makita Suzuki rider Carmichael up into second. Now, getting chased down James Reed. We saw in the heat race earlier on tonight, when Stewart had the lead, Carmichael closed up but couldn't get all the way to him to really challenge. We got to see, does Stewart have the speed that we expected to see when he would move up to the Supercross class? A winner on the tour last year, but not the dominant force he was when he was in Supercross Light.
Well, this is his first race on a 450. That's a big motorcycle, a lot of power. Ricky Carmichael already has almost a full season on the 450. We know he can't handle that bike. James is a big rider, a big kid. We're almost certain he can, but he's still got to prove it to himself and everybody else. And look at Chad Reed. He made a quick pass on Michael Byrne, and now he's setting his sights on Ricky Carmichael.
On board Jason Thomas with our onboard camera running along in sixth on the number 31.
Outside of camera right there in the first turn, James Stewart washes the front end and down he goes.
You can see him getting back on the bike. Carmichael takes the lead. Reed goes to second. Where does Stewart regain? He's back into third. Ivan Tedesco runs in fourth. Byrne is in fifth. There's a look at Stewart. Now you got to wonder what's going through that mind.
James right now is kicking himself in the butt. You know, it was just a simple, looks like he went down in the first turn, front end probably washed. It's very soft. Again, this is a lot of motorcycle. We saw James throwing down some of the fastest lap times in practice, but he made some mistakes. And look at now, Chad Reed's making a mistake, and Stewart jumped right over his head.
Blew right past him. And Stewart right back up into second place. Now, can he hunt down Carmichael? Here's what happened to him.
You see James going wide. He's got his leg out. He's all prepared to set up. He thinks that he was just looking more for the corner. The front end tucked, and down he went. An easy crash doesn't mean he can't get back up, and now try and chase down Carmichael, and look out, Reed. Reed's not done.
Chad Reed came right back at him. This battle for second place is far from over, and Tedesco right behind him could make it a three-rider battle for the position. Reed taking a quick look over his right shoulder. He knows Tedesco's there. The other Suzuki rider giving chase. So right now it's Suzuki, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Suzuki in the top four, with Byrne on the other factory Kawasaki rounding out the top five.
Carmichael currently holding down a 4.5-second lead over these guys. Not often you can spot Ricky Carmichael a crash and come back and beat him, but you never know. Riders make mistakes. This is a tough track. The track's getting ripped up. These 450s are tearing up this track, getting some ruts. And when these guys in 450s, they're jumping stuff they normally wouldn't. So if they make a mistake and are unable to clear a huge section, they're going to lose a lot of ground.
Is that going to force the folks that build these racetracks to rethink the design of the racetrack as the season progresses?
It's interesting, remark. We've talked with some of the industry people throughout the evening, throughout the weekend, and these 450s, they're going to have to change some stuff up. It's going to change how these guys ride the bikes, and I do think that Dirt Works and the crew are going to have to change up their tracks a little bit to suit these 450s, because these guys are able to jump a lot of these straightaways in a single jump almost, or at least 2 jumps.
What would you do? What are we talking about when you say change the track? What types of things would you do?
You know, it's good question. I'm not really sure. You know, I'm not out there to build the tracks, and but it's not necessarily making them more difficult, but maybe making the jumps a little bit more spread out, changing things up a little bit.
Michael Byrne, he was the man that got the Amp Mobile hold shot. Watch the replay.
See Burner in the middle of your screen in the red gear and the green bike, charge in the first turn. James dives the inside. Burner just rips around the outside and able to. Bubba gets the official hold shot on the line, but Burner slingshots past him, triples, and goes right by him.
And that's where he got the lead. Now Byrne has slipped back to 5th position on the factory Kawasaki. Michael
has proven himself to be a strong Supercross rider and a strong rider on this 450. He rode really well at the U.S. Open, as Chris has said, and right now he's running a strong ride in 5th spot behind Tedesco, Reed, Stewart, and Carmichael.
If you're a regular follower of the Amp Mobile Supercross and World Supercross Tours, you'll know that many of these riders have earned nicknames. We watched James Stewart, one of his, of course, King Bubba. Well, Ricky Carmichael, the easy one is RC, but the one that really sticks out, I think, is GOAT, which stands for greatest of all time. And if he goes on to win the championship, the first ever to do it on a 450, well, he's really going to be earning that nickname many times over.
Yeah, he is definitely one of the best ever, but right now, James Stewart has cut that lead down to 1.7 seconds. James Stewart is reeling in the GOAT. And right now, Ricky Carmichael is going to have to pick up the pace because James Stewart is coming like a freight train right now. He's got confidence. He's settled into his own pace, I think, and that is what we always say about James. When he settles in, look out because the kid is strong and he's gonna come. And here he is right now.
Stewart making a big announcement earlier today that the folks at Red Bull had stepped up their personal sponsorship of James. This is a big, big deal. James sporting different gear, different colors on the helmet, and he's trying to show the folks that he was worth every dollar of it as he chases Ricky Carmichael down.
James is chipping away at the lead right now. He's doing about the same that lap. He went from 1.7 seconds to a 1.8. But Ricky can see him. When Ricky's coming out of the corner, he can look to his back and see James coming in. He knows that he's coming. It looks like that Ricky's realized this and stepped up his pace.
Lap time's not exactly where they were in the heat races, though, Denny.
Well, like you said also, the track is giving us up. The 450s are tearing up the track, and that's what's great about the sport of motocross. The track is always changing. The best rider adapts his riding to the track, and in the end, he makes it happen and work for him.
And that's something Ricky Carmichael's known for, but not necessarily James Stewart.
Well, Ricky for sure. I mean, just because Ricky's been at it a long time, Ricky's able to change up. If he's not happy with the line, he'll change up in the middle of a race. He'll blitz the whoops. Maybe sometimes he'll jump in the whoops. If he's not happy with the line in the corner, he'll change that. And I think that just comes with experience. And the longer James races with Ricky and stuff like that, he'll figure it out as well.
James Stewart on the gas and on the charge. Can he catch Ricky Carmichael? Stay with us here on Speed to find out from Toronto. Number 4, Ricky Carmichael working his way through as one rider falls on the track.
Ricky unable to take his line there with that guy down, and here comes James.
It definitely changed things. And Stewart now right on the tailpipe of Carmichael through the whoop section. And Stewart right there. Over the finish line jump. 10 laps remaining. We're halfway home in round number 1 of the Amp Mobile World Supercross Grand Prix.
This is where we see who's working the hardest. Halfway in the 250 main event, the track is getting a little bit. You're on a 450, the biggest bike made, so much power. And right now, the 2 best Supercross riders in the world, including Chad Reed right now in 3rd, are going at it. And James, he's got to be just bubbling over with confidence right now. He is reeling in Ricky Carmichael. He's shaved this down from 4.5 seconds right now. It is now down to less than a second.
Oh, but boy, that last second is so tough. Getting around Ricky Carmichael is never an easy task. And in recent races, really the only guy that's truly been able to challenge him has been Stewart.
Yep, it has been, Reed's made some passes on Ricky in the past as well, but right now, we've got a dogfight. neither one of them. Ricky does not want to let Bubba around him because he does not want to let Bubba get in his head. When we showed up, Ricky was in all their heads. Right now, James Stewart is...
Good look for the progressive leader, Kevin. What a battle it is amongst the top two. Stewart with a great drive out of the corner, had a shot at him over the triple. And not only have these two had great battles, but they've had their controversy as well during the outdoor season. Stewart, in fact, flying up and landing on top of Carmichael.
Well, we've heard about James and how frustrated he was having to ride a Trinity two-stroke during the outdoor nationals with Ricky riding a four-stroke, Chad riding a four-stroke. He said, man, you give me that kind of power, I can run with him, I can beat him. And right now, wow, he's proven himself that, hey, I can get the job done. Give me the bike, I'll give you results.
Well, he's proving that he can run with him. We still have to see if he can beat him. Carmichael is not going to make this easy. And the one thing Ricky Carmichael told me at the beginning of the weekend was, this year is more about me. Last year was about winning a championship for Suzuki. I've done that. That weight is off my shoulder. Now I want to just do this because I want to do it.
Benny said this could be Ricky Carmichael's last season. He's got a third-year option on the Suzuki contract, and some say 2006 could be a swan song for Ricky Carmichael. You never know. This guy's got so much pride. He's got the heart of a horse. He's an animal, and right now, he's got the young gun, James Bubba Stewart, in second, showing that lucky number 7. 7-11, baby. He can't wait for Vegas with that.
Well, and you know, Carmichael, even though he's being challenged feverishly by Stewart, Carmichael's enjoying the competition, I'm sure. And if Stewart gives him his all and Carmichael's still able to beat him, that'll make it even better for RC.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm surprised that they're taking the same line to the whoops. I guess they've gotten so trenched out that there's really only one good line. But everywhere else, these guys are changing up. James is not following. He comes off early in the berm. He dives in a little bit early in the berm. He is not going to be at Ricky's rear wheel, because if Ricky makes a mistake, he wants to be able to take advantage of it, like right here.
Well, if this track goes to a position where there's really only one good line, that's definitely the edge for Carmichael, but not for long. Here comes Stewart. What a great drive off the corner. He takes the lead. Now Carmichael back on the outside. Oh, what a tremendous battle here tonight in Toronto. Carmichael retaking the lead on the Suzuki.
Wow. This is it. If this is any preview for the entire 2006 season, we are in for a treat.
Reed, Tedesco, and Way, the top, finishing out the top 5 behind them. But this battle tonight in Toronto is all about Ricky Carmichael and Bubba Stewart. The legend of Supercross and Ricky Carmichael, and what many have said over the years, the future legend to be, James Stewart.
Again, taking separate lines. We're approaching the rhythm section. The corner after is where we saw James Stewart make the pass just a lap ago. They're counting lap traffic, and Ricky is unable to triple that section. James does. Kind of makes the pass for a second, and again, back into lap traffic, into the ruts. These guys are giving each other a lot of leeway. These are two champions with a lot of respect for each other.
6 laps to go. The other thing that comes into play is durability. Which rider has the strength in this kind of a fight where you know now they have to give 110% to hang in there at this level for 6 more laps?
Well, if it needs to be said or it doesn't need to be said, James Stewart is impressing me right now. He is showing that he's done his homework, that he is strong, that he is able to manhandle this 450 motorcycle for a 20-lap main, or at least 15 laps is 20 laps. He is racing and chased down. He has spotted Ricky Carmichael a crash. No one's ever spotted Carmichael a crash and chased him down and beat him. I can't think of it ever in the history. Right now, it's a possibility. These are two champions going at it, tooth and nail. Here comes that rhythm section again. Ricky is able to triple like he did. Unable last lap. Bubba squares up the inside, hits that rut. We see Ricky goes wide and is able to triple over that line, but Bubba is only able to go double. He loses a little bit of ground.
Bubba tries the inside line. Pulls up alongside. Now he dives off the corner, comes back to the inside.
How great is to watch these guys? These guys are taking every line on the track. They're not following at all. They're using the entire track, and that is what you like to see. Guys just going tooth and nail, outside, inside.
We talked about at the beginning of the show, it's a brand new season for the Mobile World Supercross Series, and so much anticipation of what the year would bring. And boy, we're off to a tremendous start. Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart putting on a show here in Canada with 4 to go.
Bruce telling Ricky, get it done. You got to go now. Time to make a break for it. Triple. Coming at you, triple again. You're going to see Ricky go wide, take that outside line. Oh no, he dives to the inside and takes the line away from James Stewart that lap. He knew that James was taking that line and said, I'm going to take it and block you this time. And now Ricky goes to the inside and James follows it.
That's a proven champion right there, paying attention to what your challenger is doing and forcing him to change his line.
And Ricky's done just that. We mentioned that. Ricky always changes up his lines. He seems to have eyes in the back of his head. He's taken now 2 of the lines that James was using to try to gain some ground. And now Ricky is using his lines to use them against him.
Nobody has won more Supercross/motocross races in the history of the sport than Ricky Carmichael.
Well, Ricky makes a mistake and the whoops goes sideways. That was what we're talking about. James is unable to make the move because they were kind of following each other on the whoops. Here comes James to the inside.
Carmichael chasing after his 130th Supercross motocross victory. An amazing career.
Inside line, Ricky drops in.
Boy,
coming in the lap traffic right now.
And you can see just how deep those ruts are. The riders talking earlier this weekend about the fact, oh, look at Stewart to the inside. He takes the lead.
Stewart
with 3 to go.
Literally jumps over the top of Ricky Carmichael right there and takes the lead. He just shows that the different lines are able to mix. And this time it worked to the benefit of James, and now he's going to have to gap Carmichael, or Carmichael's going to attack him right back.
And the biggest lead that Stewart has had. And Carmichael's really going to have to hustle to catch him, Denny. We talked about those ruts. Some of the riders telling us that they were afraid of even scraping their pegs coming through those ruts. That jumping some of these triples, a very treacherous job here tonight.
It's a tough track, and they're on some big bikes, and they right now are giving it their all. They are expending every amount of energy they have, and I almost think that James Stewart was biding his time behind Ricky. He was not forcing the issue. I think he knew that he was feeling fast, and just like now, James Stewart is kind of breaking away. He bided his time. We're seeing a new James Stewart, a new and improved, a more mature rider.
Let me tell you something. We're seeing a lot here tonight. And James Stewart is making an amazing statement here tonight. Not only with the AMP Mobile World Supercross Tour, but a statement about what's to come with the AMP Mobile Supercross Tour kicking off in January out in Anaheim. Ricky Carmichael's going to have his hands full of James Stewart if he wants to back up this championship.
That's an excellent statement, Ralph. He has made a statement, a huge statement. He's already opened up over a second lead right now over Ricky Carmichael. Ricky almost looks a little bit tired.
And we know, Denny, that nobody trains harder than Ricky Carmichael. Roger DeCoster, who heads up the Suzuki team, a legendary motocross racer in his own right, told me this weekend, I have never seen a rider in the history of my career who wants to win more than Ricky Carmichael. Well, tonight, James Stewart did.
He did. James Stewart is beating Ricky at his own game. Took off, crashed, and then hunted him down and wore him out. You don't wear out Ricky Carmichael.
Final
this
lap
is being made on the final lap. An incredible ride. I mean, this is only one race.
Yeah, but it's a preview of what's to come. Because if James Stewart can stay healthy, he has got the speed and is proving he knows how to win on the big bike on the Supercross Tour.
I don't want to be Ricky Carmichael's trainer when I get home because they're going to go home and they're going to work even harder. But look at this guy right now, James Bubba Stewart.
He's done it. James Bubba Stewart wins round number 1 of the AMP Mobile World Supercross GP here in Toronto, Canada, and the statement has been made. James Stewart is here to race and to win on the AMP Mobile Tour.
Prepare yourselves, people. You're going to see the season of a lifetime coming up here in 2006. The 2 best. The gauntlet's been thrown. I can't wait.
Oh, you can imagine the grin inside that helmet when it comes off. Krista Voda's going to have her hands full of an excited rider. Take a look at this.